Hi, this is Laurie Dobson, and today is March 27th. It's Friday, 2020. I'm on Cranberry Isles, Maine, and this is Island Update. And today we had a meeting of the selectmen at 10 o'clock. A lot of people are on that call, and we talked about some of the different ramifications of people coming to the island and what our measures are that are in place that we are able to do and not do. We discussed things such as distancing, social distancing, say on the boats that are coming in and that are going out, and some sanitation measures, sterilization measures. We talked about a number of things there. Richard Beale brought up an ordinance, emergency ordinance, and he was interested in looking into that further with our lawyers. I think he and Caitlin had been in discussion with this, and so we're looking into some things that might be able to be done. It would require a warrant and have to be put on the, public meeting. So there's Joy, the postal worker, was talking about some of the things she has to do with packages. It sounds like there's just basically a protocol she follows. I raised some concerns about I asked actually if we could provide thermometers and offer people a chance to call in. If we could do something on island to sort of proactively offer people thermometers or measures to self-monitor. And then there was the question of isolation. And if we were able to find out if there were some people on island, if they did have the virus, would we actually be able to know on the island? Because currently it's just the county to county that we know if it's in the county. So the county of Hancock would be all that currently we'd be able to say, but it would be important for us to know that we could, if it was on the island, if it was there. And someone attending the call was our representative, Genevieve McDonald. And she mentioned that there was another call that she was on called the Maine Island Coalition, MIC, and Inter Island Coalition. It was organized by the Island Institute, Suzanne McDonald. So she left her information, her phone, and her email, which is, for anyone interested in contacting our state rep, actually contact me. I'm sorry, I should be right here. Hang on. Well, at any rate, she's on Facebook too, and she's in Stonington. So you can contact her as well, or contact my Facebook message me at Facebook, and you could text me. People have it's 602-8050. So. You could text me. And then I spoke to her. I got a hold of her after the meeting. Our meeting was over. I did say one other thing in the meeting was that I did say to Corey, I'd like to look into what the issues are around transport and how we can monitor the protocol and maybe work on that and make it feel a little bit more protective and effective. So he said yes, so I'm going to be getting some information to them. So then I contacted Genevieve, and we talked quite a while. She's great. She's very accessible. She's in Stonington. I really liked her. And to talk about the issue, then let's see. So she gave me the information about the Inter Island. Actually, okay, I've got this backwards. So I went on to so I texted her, got the information about the Inter-Island Conference, got on that, and then was on with a lot of other people on that call. Suzanne McDonald ran it, and there were representatives, people from all the different islands. It was a really organized event, and they apparently yesterday had spoken about when I asked them and introduced myself from, person on Cranberry, and that and there were some people there, also some EMTs that are friends of mine. So it was good. It sounds like it's it's a good, effective forum for going into some of these issues. And I talked about the issue about the boats, water taxis, and various, how do we, because it seems to me a point of vulnerability. How do we handle that? Because the ferries have a protocol for, sterilizing, etc. But, if we have a lot of boat traffic and, a lot of packages, a lot of people, a lot of cluster at the docks, boat shed, it just seems to me that's a vulnerable situation. So I raised it to them, and they had been talking about that just the day before, and Isla Ho had come out with a resolution on that. So I'm going to be speaking to some folks there. Swans Island, the woman there, I think her name is Wendy, Donna Weigel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apparently they modeled their resolution after ours, and I think ours was okay, but as far as it went. So I think all of us kind of working together and saying, look, here, put this in, put that in, some considerations I raised, I hope factored into that. And anyone else that wants to get active on their concerns, I think the more we speak up, the better. And there were a ton of people on that call. So after that, I spoke to Genevieve, and she said she would, I was able to talk to her about some concerns I had about our EMTs and about getting ramped up and full status, and if the state could do more. She said that it seems like sheltering in place is not, they're not ready for that yet. So what it means to me, what it means is that it's coming, and we don't have an adequate way to halt it, because everything I've been seeing and reading is we have to test and we have to shelter in place. The only measures that seem to be working, that's what worked in other places. So until we're willing to do that, I think we're setting ourselves up. I think we're not really having enough straight talk. There's a lot of double talk. There's a lot of hedging and a lot of people unwilling to get us to where it has to be as the response has to meet the challenge of the crisis. And so I'm going to keep pressing for some things and following up. And I'm trying to think of one other thing anyway, there's a lot that got done today. That was all very helpful. There's a meeting at 4:00 today with the Maine CDC and the legislators. So I want to hear how that goes. Genevieve said she'd get back to us, and I'm going to be able to talk to the Island Institute people to see some things, and I'm going to try to figure out how I can be more of a resource that way. And we have a new protocol. The EMTs have a new protocol we're all going to have to learn, be trained in. That's come up. Lots of stuff going on. We're trying to catch up and get ready, but we're not there. We're just not there. And I think it's better to be accepting, understanding our situation, where it's at, and but not trying to feel okay about that. Just recognize it and deal with it. And that's the way I'm moving forward with it. All right, thanks guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow Saturday. Bye.